I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you, so don't be afraid to let them shine. Your true colors are beautiful, like a rainbow. Thank you. Oh, when I was little, I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be on stages and sing, kind of like my son, who only ended up being 5'9", wanted to be in the NBA. My mother and her brothers were in a choral society that sang with the Oklahoma Symphony. And my Mima and I would go to their concerts and watch them perform. My uncle would sing solos in front of the Oklahoma City Civic Center, full of people. And I would sit there and be like, oh my God, I want to do that. So I asked my mom, can I take voice lessons? No, you inherited your father's voice. No voice lessons for you. Mommy, please, can I please take voice lessons? No. No voice lessons. Okay. So I won't take voice lessons. So there went the dream of wanting to be a singer and whatever. I also wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, and I can promise you I cannot dance. So that one I take full ownership of. The next best thing was I loved to play business. I didn't play Barbies, although after this summer I kind of wish I did. I didn't play with dolls, I didn't play house, I played business. And I would set up this little pretend desk on the carpet in my room, and I'd borrow my mom's adding machine, and I would just add up the numbers and answer the phones. Like that's what a true business lady's gonna do someday. I majored in business marketing. I had dreams of leaving Oklahoma and going to a big city and wearing heels and having my briefcase and doing really big things. I graduated from Oklahoma. I moved to Chicago. And I felt like a fish out of water. I had this sweet voice, and evidently I had a little bit of an accent that I never thought I had. I thought I sounded like the women on the news. But in Chicago, they would say, where are you from? And I would, Oklahoma, what are you? What am I? What they meant, are you Irish? Are you Italian? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I'm from Oklahoma. Do you know the history? We all just came there in this land run and took the land from the indigenous, and we won't get into that. I had my first identity crisis in Chicago. I didn't know who I was, and I didn't fit in, and I didn't know how to talk the way they talked, and I didn't know how to embody the woman I imagined that I wanted to be. So I left. I stayed 1 year because my parents said you need to stay 1 year before you quit your job, and I moved to Dallas. I started a career in Dallas, felt very comfortable there. It's very similar to Oklahoma City. I knew how to be who I needed to be there. I knew how to look. I knew how to talk. I knew how to show up to fit in, to belong, to be successful, to be accepted, all the things. I moved up the career ladder pretty fast. By the time I was 27, I was overseeing 19 marketers in a 5-state region. I had my son, and all things sort of started to not work out because I had another identity crisis. How am I going to be this professional and also be this mom? So I felt like I had to be two different people, and they weren't the same, and that was a mess. Flash forward a few years, and my husband's job relocated us to Colorado. Quit my job. We moved to a suburb. I had no friends, no job, no career, no family, and who I needed to be in Dallas, in this area of the country where I grew up, wasn't the same as who I thought I was supposed to be a mom of 2 little kids in Broomfield, Colorado. Before I knew it, I felt like I was in that fetal position in my kitchen, alone, having what then became my spiritual breakthrough. I didn't know that at the time. I was in a full identity crisis, and I started to feel very, very, very afraid, to the point where I was afraid to leave my house. Finally, one day I woke up. Where have I gone? Where did I go? Who am I? Every way in which I'd ever known to measure myself, ping, 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 boing. Jill, this is who you are. You're not a singer. You're not a cheerleader. Phew. You're not a Chicagoan. You're a businesswoman. You're this type of friend. Even in Dallas, and I'm embarrassed to say, materialism mattered. It's like, boing, 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 you drive this car, boing, 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 back. Every way in which I ever knew how to seek information to tell me who I was gone. I felt like I was gone. Until the morning I woke up and I started asking new questions. And the first question I asked, which was the only way I knew how to seek who I was if I could do anything, if I could do anything. Now I know that's not the question to ask. It's a being question, but in 2011 I didn't know that. If I could do anything, what would I do? And every time I asked the question, I would hear, the hearing that sort of comes from back here and comes in through here. You will be a motivational speaker. You will be a motivational speaker. Wait, what? I'm not even a stay-at-home mom. I'm a effing housewife is how I felt. I'm going to be a motivational speaker. That made 0 sense to me because my entire life speaking and using my voice had not been okay. You talk too much. You put your foot in your mouth. You can't sing. Get out of my space. Stop talking. Using my voice had never been okay. The best part about my journey and the questions I started asking is it didn't take long for me to say, okay, I'm open. I am open. Intuition, massive miracles started showing up for me and guiding my path. Everything changed when I discovered not only who I am, but when I took ownership of my experience. My mother did me a favor. She did me a favor. My healing journey and me standing here today means that I overcame something that I know I have been battling for many, 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 many lifetimes. I had to get here on my own. I had to overcome being told, don't speak, don't use your voice, it's not okay. Even up until this Monday, using my voice. January 2024 is the month I had two speaking opportunities, and I was paid $19,000 for using my voice. Thank you very much.